Hey guys, this is History of Digimon Digital Monsters Season 1 Episode 12. This will be about Episode 11. Now, the way this video starts off is, before I actually start talking, I just want to mention we are 2 episodes away from the end of Arc 1. Now, the way this video starts off is, it starts off with Demon saying, I, Devimon, have completely separated those 7 brats and their pesky Digimon. That is until that Ty and Izzy met up, and Mimi met up with Matt and Izzy. But I'll make sure they'll never find their other friends. Especially with the plans I have for Sora and Joe on that lovely day, the Bakemon holiday. Now, if you're wondering who the Bakemon are, they're ghost-like Digimon and stuff. They're gonna show up frequently in this first series, in this episode, and in a couple of episodes of Arc 3. I just thought I'd mention that. What happens is, after that, Joe and Gomamon are floating on the boat, on their bed, and Joe's complaining again. He's like, if there's one thing I've learned in Digiworld, it's that beds don't make good boats. And then he looks over to where Gomamon is, and he sees them eating, and then he freaks out, and he's telling him that did he just see him eating again? And then Gomamon's shaking, he's nodding his head like this, and then Joe freaks out again. He's like, didn't I tell you not to eat all food since we don't know when we'll find land? And then he's telling him that he told Gomamon that they need to ration, which means like to save food for later and much later and stuff. And then after a little squabble where Joe is shaking him a couple of times, they find a crate, and then when they try to open it, Ogremon pops out and attacks them. And then what happens is later on after that, Gomamon digivolves to his champion form of Kakumon and manages to beat Ogremon, and he manages to get him and Joe away safely. But later on, his energy starts giving out, and then it shifts over to where Sora is with Bakemon on her island and stuff. After that, when they get Joe and Gomamon out of the water, Gomamon's relaying to them what happened. He's telling them that a large crate drifted over to them, and an Ogremon popped out and attacked them. And then he's saying that he also digivolved to escape them, and then his strength kind of left him. And then they were sinking deeper and deeper and deeper, and then he looked around and he saw Joe nearby, and then he said that. Then later on, he said that that's about the time their fishing line hit him, and he managed to wrap the line around Joe and hang on until they got pulled in. And then what happens after that is after Joe wakes up and they decide to make him the leader, they come upon like this church thing, and then what happens is they find out that these people that are wearing masks, they look like they're celebrating something that's like Halloween and stuff. And then what happens after that, is they find out from one of the mask guy who's their leader. He's saying that they're celebrating like the Bakemon holiday and stuff like that. And then Gomamon is telling them like Bakemon as in Lord Bakemon, and then he's telling them that the only Bakemon he knew of is a horrible Digimon that lives among ghosts to like start up rumors and stuff like that. And then later on, they find out that the masked man was actually the evil Lord Bakemon in disguise, and then no one had seen him in his true form before. And then they run out of the church, and they find the dancers that they saw before. And then what happens is after that, they try to use. Bakemon uses their spiral twister attack, and then what happens is Gomamon tries to digivolve to a Kakumon again, but he manages to fail. And then he's telling Joe that he needs food, that Joe was right, he should have saved some from earlier. And then what happens is, after that, Bakemon tries to digivolve as well, but she can't do it. And then what happens is, they get tackled by the Bakemon, and Gomamon and Bakemon get thrown into their prison cell. And then what happens after that is, Bakemon are preparing to eat them and stuff, and they sprinkle like salt and pepper, and then Sora's like, salt and pepper? You're not really gonna eat us, are you? And then the Bakemon is saying that one of the Bakemon is saying that they're a bit on the scrawny side, but they'd be surprised what the right seasonings can do. And after where Beamon and Gomon trick the guard and escape, it goes to the scene where they're digivolving and they fight Lord Bakemon, and then he finds out that they're too strong for them, and then what happens is Joe comes up with this like Buddhist kind of chant where he says, "Bakemon, lose your power" and stuff, and it drains them. Now that'll happen once in episode 35 of season 2, which is of season 1, which is part of arc 3. Okay, and then after that, they manage to defeat Bakemon, and then they go back to where their others are with Infinity Mountain, and they start heading to Infinity Mountain, and that's where basically the episode stops. So if you guys like this video on YouTube, just give it the best you guys can, and I'll see you next time. Keep it digital.